You little bitch. I love that. I love Leslie Mann. Mm-hmm. Leslie Mann is a very attractive woman. Yeah, I said it. She's prime. I don't care what anyone says. I think she's prime.
Are we on?
Yeah.
Oh, we're on.
It's not even like people don't say she's prime. It's just usually when you think of like, who's the primest actress, you don't usually think of Leslie Mann. I think of Leslie Mann. Okay. That's right.
All right. Well, interesting as always. So this week we are doing top 5 chase scenes, and when I say chase scenes, I think that extends to not just
car chases, boat chases, foot chases.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, 100%.
Cool. Mm-hmm. We're on the same page here. Mm-hmm. I don't have a lot actually. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I have a little. I have a good amount. So who wants to start?
6, 7. I have 7 honorable mentions. 2, 3,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 11 honorable mentions.
Okay. So then you start because you have more.
All right. So I go with 4, and then we'll be
even, I suppose.
Even. All right. First one. This is gonna surprise you. That's not on my list. Okay. Bullet.
That's the movie I was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. I haven't seen the movie, so I can't.
I haven't seen the whole movie, but I've seen the car chases, and they're good for its time.
Yeah,
it's good for its time. I think I've seen better. I'm gonna be real with you. I've seen better since then. Maybe people who grew up with Bullet will be like, you know.
I think you need context too.
Yeah,
that's changed my opinion on films.
That's very true. Context does help. So that's why it's an honorable mention. Because I know with context, it's one of the best car chases ever put to film. That's just a fact, apparently. So I needed to put that on there. Here's another one. I haven't seen this movie, French Connection. Oh, wait, did I see? I think I saw French Connection years ago. I don't remember it. So I put that on there as well.
Oh my God, shut the fuck up. I'm going to smack the shit out of you.
Blues Brothers.
Okay.
Great car chase. Has one of the best pile-ups ever. Uh-oh.
This is it.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's mad.
I want you to shut the fuck up, bruh!
Oh, boy.
We're keeping that.
Oh, of course, 100%. Blues Brothers has a great pile-up scene where, like, all the
yeah.
It's amazing. And Casino Royale, the beginning foot chase, with the parkour and everything, great. So good.
Which one did you say?
Casino Royale.
Casino Royale? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Casino Royale is on there for me.
Sweet.
It's great.
Yeah.
I really like the parkour stunts. I really like when they scale the crane.
Yes.
It's a great way to start.
One of my favorite parts of that, and I remember being in the theater when I saw it. First of all, it's a great way to show the reboot of Bond. You know what I mean? Because this was the reboot of Bond, like the more serious, gritty version, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
People laughed so hard in the theater when the parkour dude straight up went through that little hole.
And then he just busts through the drywall.
He just busts through the drywall.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So good,
An amazing foot chase. One of the best put to
film. It was such a good way to start, like, a revamped franchise.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Great film. And great chase. So.
Yeah.
So
that technically that goes as one of mine.
Okay, yeah. My next one, I don't know why this is so weird that this film just keeps coming up lately. Not a huge fan of the film, but it has a great chase, and that's Death Proof. It has a great car chase, especially at the end with Zoe Bell straight up strapped to the car. That they actually did that too. She's a stunt woman. She was strapped to the car, and like as stuntman Mike, played by Kurt Russell, was chasing him. Really edge of your seat stuff. Not a fan of the film as a whole, but to say that's not a great car chase, I would be lying to myself. So
no, for sure, for sure. Mm-hmm. Next up, I have Baby Driver.
I didn't think of Baby Driver.
The on foot one is probably my favorite, especially with the Hocus Pocus, the song, as the backdrop. Which, interestingly enough, when I was in school for music production, the one of my teachers was the bassist for that band, Focus.
Really?
Yeah, that's crazy. Awesome. It's crazy. Awesome. So when I saw that movie, I'm like, oh shit.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
Here's a film I think is a little underrated. This is a film that you forgot existed. Wanted with Angelina Jolie and James McAvoy.
Oh yeah,
has a great car chase. Oh yeah, the car chase in that is super cool. It has a lot of really cool stunts. Maybe there's one part, I don't know if you remember, where James McAvoy's like cowering like this, and then she does like a donut, and then he like donuts into the car. Like she donuts him into the car.
That's right.
Yeah, and that's
I
really
forgot
cool.
all about that. I was always so infatuated with the the bullet twist.
That film, just like the comic series it's based off of, is ridiculous, but it has some really cool visual moments. And there's another part where like a car comes up, and spins over the hood of. It's awesome. You should just watch it. It's a cool chase.
I have the movie. I actually have never I kind of regretted buying it.
Didn't they make a sequel to that? That just completely. I don't even know.
I don't know. I don't know. So.
But like no one was in it. It was a completely new cast. I could be completely wrong. But
God, I hope not. That sounds awful.
It does.
Good. You might be surprised this isn't on my top list. T2, kind of similar to the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Both are actually solid, but T2 has a little bit more fat to it. It's like a dirt bike pursued by a man on foot, a dirt bike pursued by a semi, and a chopper pursued by a semi. It kind of transforms and has this calm before the storm halfway through it. It's such a good shot where it's just kind of that breath of fresh air, that sigh of relief, and then that zoom into his face. It's so good.
It's so good. Well, Terminator 2 is also an honorable mention.
Oh, really?
For me,
cool.
So you can go again.
Next up, Smokey and the Bandit.
I've never seen
the
Smokey
Bandit must drive halfway through the country carrying beer while being chased by Smokey, a Texas sheriff. While you're not in constant pursuit, but you pretty much are. Listen to Eastbound and Down on repeat and the clever banter and sexual tension between the two leads. It's really good. And there's a lot of cool stunts to the film, too.
Yeah. The Dark Knight. A great chase. That semi-flip is absolutely amazing.
Yes.
When he's chasing the Joker. The really cool chase between the Batmobile and then the Bat Cycle that comes out is absolutely amazing. Yes. The momentum of that scene is fantastic, and the cinematography is also great. Yeah. I love that.
This one, I don't know if this would be considered a chase, per se.
I have a couple gray area ones, too.
Yeah,
on my list.
Duel?
Yeah, I didn't put Duel on my honorable mention, but... It's kind of a chase. Yeah.
I mean, it's a cat and mouse game. It's more of like stalking. The entirety of Duel is heart pounding. Spielberg's second feature length was about a guy driving on a highway being stalked by a giant rusty semi truck. Yeah. But the only reason that it's a great film and I really dig it as kind of the chase moments, but the best parts of the movie are definitely not in the best part is the bar scene.
Yes, when he's looking around.
And he realizes that truck is there. It's like he's got to find him. It's great.
No, it is.
You should definitely watch that movie, guys.
Yeah, it's Steven Spielberg's first movie.
Second movie.
What was his first one?
I can't remember.
Well, I know. Are you sure? Because I think it was his first movie, but it was straight to TV, and his first theatrically released film was Sugarland Express.
That might be the trick to it, I guess.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
So
because it did get released afterwards in theaters later on or whatever.
Yeah, later on, but
yeah. No, you're right.
All right, next one. It's not that great of a film, but it has an amazing car chase, and that's Matrix Reloaded. Mm-hmm. Great car chase. It's super cool, and it still holds up.
Yeah.
Has a lot of cool effects, and it's the best part of that film. So.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Which is not saying much because that film's not great, but that car chase is great. So
okay, So you got one more after this?
I have
two more,
yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I have two more. The Great Escape. It's not really. It's kind of like a gray area one. I mean, he's being chased, but there's really not too much to this chase except for when Steve McQueen is jumping over fences on fences, which is really sick. And it was kind of a nice change of pace from the film because the film's 2 hours and 45 minutes. Yeah. It's always entertaining, but that was kind of a cool way to towards the end of the movie,
it's a classic
shift
scene.
Gears.
Yeah, for sure.
Such a good movie. One of my favorites.
I got another Bond film for you. The World Is Not Enough has a really good boat chase. The boat chase is really good. I hate that movie
so much.
I can't remember much about that film.
I hate that movie.
Who is I can't remember. Was that the one with
Denise Richards?
Denise Richards as Christmas Jones, right?
No, there was I think Christmas Jones, and then there was another Bond chick who was the authentic one.
Okay, is that the one where the villain, where he's in a chair and the villain was trying to break his neck with a wheel? Is that World Is Not Enough?
I don't think so. I remember the villain having he had some flame thing going on with him. So he would touch people and his arms were he couldn't feel fire.
Right.
And he would touch them and burn them to death.
Yeah,
or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a goofy film, but
fucking dumb.
But that is a great boat chase, though. It has a great boat chase.
Okay, I'll give you that. I guess
it's really memorable. Yeah. So yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Next up it's Hot Fuzz, dude. It was such a nice it was the on foot chase scene where he's like jumping over the fences and stuff, and then like eventually he gets to the point where like he always falls over the fence. It's an ongoing joke that they've been doing. I love it. And when he later on in like in the World's End, he does the same thing, and he says, like, "No, not again!" It blends into
because it's in the whole Cornetto trilogy.
Yeah, it's like it blends the universes. It's good. It's good. I like that part.
Cool. Incredibles 2 is my last one. That chase between
dude, that's a really good one.
that is a really good chase with Elastigirl chasing that train with the screenslaver on it. Super good.
Dude, that was a good choice that I totally forgot about.
That's right. Going into our top 5 now.
Top 5, maybe.
Who's starting?
I'll let you start.
This one is a gray area.
Okay.
Super gray area. Because a lot of people will say, oh, this is just a fight scene. It's not really a chase scene. But Spider-Man is chasing Doc Ock in the scene.
Oh,
that train scene. Fuck. It's so good, dude. I think it's one of the best action set pieces ever. It's so good.
Definitely a gray area, but I can see where you're coming from.
It's definitely a gray area. That's why I put it at number 5. Because it was number 2 at one point, and I was like, it's not really a chase scene, but it kind of is. Point is, amazing stunts, set pieces. The CGI in that scene is like flawless. It's so good. I can't tell what's real or not. It's so good. I love it. It's just so good. The momentum of that scene just keeps going and builds up to like an amazing tension-filled scene where he has to end up stopping the train. And you're like,
that's a great scene.
It's such a good scene, dude. It's amazing. It's not necessarily a chase, maybe, but I had to put it on here because it's fantastic. If you think about it, he's chasing the train, to get to Doc Ock. So I don't know.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'll rule it. I'll let it slide.
All right.
Just kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, The General. Buster Keaton has to chase down a train that his fiancée was accidentally taken on. This leads to many funny gags while being on top of the train. Keaton always wanted to have a legitimate gag that wasn't faked because he knew the audience would pick up on it. So when a train actually collapses on a bridge and falls into the water, you better believe that was real. And it was one of the most and it was the most expensive scene during the silent film era.
I totally forgot about The General. That's such a good movie.
It's a great movie.
Such a good movie. I love that film.
It's so fucking funny.
It really is. It still holds up, man.
It still holds up.
That's why I'm telling you, slapstick comedy will always hold up. Things like saying penis really loudly,
that's not funny.
Or political comedy even, that doesn't hold up. In 20 years, when Trump is no longer president, no one's going to laugh at any joke at Trump's expense. So you are immediately dating your film.
Maybe certain lines that he said about fans, what is it?
Well, I'm saying in 20 to 40, 100 years, The General is 100 years old. In 100 years, no one is going to see someone wearing a "Make America Great Again" hat funny or whatever. They're just not.
No, I know. I feel you.
And that's not just with that. That's with any type of raunch humor, even. People aren't going to find Step Brothers funny in 100 years. I don't think so.
Sure. No, I do see where you're coming from.
So, yeah, General's great.
Number 5.
My number 4 is another superhero film, and this is a chase. Captain America: Civil War. The chase between Captain America, Bucky, and Black Panther. It's so good.
Oh, where they're...
when they're in the building and then Bucky is trying to escape while the police are coming up, the German police.
Oh, that's a really good scene.
That is a good scene.
Forgot about
there was one scene, and there's one part of that scene where I actually went, ooh, in the theater. And it was when, they had the, what's it called? The thing they used, the barricade to smash doors down. What is that called again? I can't remember. Battering ram.
Yeah,
they use the battering ram to do it, and Bucky literally takes that and just.
For some reason, I thought you were talking about the Jaws of Life.
Oh no! Bucky takes that with his hand and just boom, hits one of the dudes, and he just goes flying back and hits it. I was like, oh shit! And then he jumps out the window, only for Black Panther to come in, and then he has to chase Black Panther, and they're running through that car scene, or that subway tunnel, whatever. Mm-hmm. Oh, so good.
It's so good.
It's such good. Oh, and that scene where freaking Bucky, there's a motorcycle coming and Bucky just grabs it and, does that flip onto it. It's so good.
No, what's funny is I totally forgot about it because, it kind of gets overshadowed by the fight scene at the airport.
It does. Oh,
but,
yeah. 100%.
Dang, that's a really good...
That is a
really good scene.
It's so good.
Okay, so this is going to be interesting because from here on out, almost every single one of these could have been number one.
Okay.
For me, personally.
Yeah, I could see that.
Me too. I really like these next four, like a lot. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to disagree with you on the on something. Okay. I actually do really like Matrix Reloaded. Okay. I don't like the lore in the movie, like, whatsoever, but, like, this movie is, like, 80% action, and I like all of it. Oh, yeah. So, for me, that is, it's the scene. The highway scene is so good. It's the most progressive, like, scene probably out there as far as, like, what happens next and stuff like this. Get this.
It's very anime too.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's right up my alley. So. Gunfire rains on the characters. One of the villains shifts into the car, sparking a fight while driving. People jumping from one car to another. Morpheus samurai duels against a car. A fight happens on top of a semi. It's so fucking crazy. It is. And like the way that they get from one place to the next, I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Yeah. It's nuts. I rewatched it and I'm like, yeah, this has got to be out there. Great. Yeah, it's got to be out there.
It's a great chase scene. I love that chase scene.
Yeah. That pretty much speaks for itself.
Yeah, dude, 100%. My third pick. Sorry, you were done, right?
Yes.
My third pick is just the entire movie of Fury Road.
Okay.
It's just the entire movie.
Yes.
I mean, it's really cool because a lot of it is practical. Obviously, there's some CG elements in there, obviously, but it's really cool. And I don't mind CG, like chases or anything like that, but I really feel like it's really cool to see practical stuff, and that's even more apparent in my number 2 pick. But, I mean, just the whole movie of Fury Road is absolutely amazing. The action, cinematography, the whole film is basically a chase. It's just basically a chase from one location and then a whole chase back. You know, it's fantastic. And the momentum, the action, the cinematography, it's all clear, it's all concise, it's all super planned out.
Physics, the things that happen in that movie is nuts.
Exactly. It makes sense. And it's fantastic. The whole movie, you can't pick a chase because it's literally the whole movie. Yeah. It's the only movie on this list where the entire movie is a chase. So, of course, you got to put it on the list.
That's the same thing with Smokey and the Bandit.
Right.
That's your number 3?
That's my number 3.
My number 3 is The Blues Brothers.
Oh, nice.
Which is one of my favorite comedies. The climax of Blues Brothers is one of the funniest scenes in the film. A bunch of incompetent cops follow the dumb luck Blues Brothers through the city, as well as every other enemy they've made throughout the movie. Pile-ups galore, thousands of military men arrive, and a Looney Tunes moment of logic when a car full of Nazis falls into the Earth's core. Yeah. It's pretty much where the entire budget went, but what makes it so funny is it's all of this for just two regular guys.
Yeah.
Two regular guys, and there's like thousands of
cops.
Like, it just kept going. Like, people are like scaling the roof, and then like there's guys on like horses coming up. There's like tanks. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
It's so great.
It's so funny. And then when the car like hits the goes into the bus. We're in a truck right now, a semi truck right now. They're just like stuck there.
That's right.
It's fucking bonkers.
Can I do a retroactive? Sorry, you were done, right?
Yes.
Can I do a retroactive honorable mention as well because it just came to my brain?
What?
The Nick Fury chase in Winter Soldier is also great.
That's a good one too.
Okay, my number 2. There's a lot of great car chases. A lot of great car chases in Fast and the Furious. A ton of them.
Okay.
But nothing can beat the safe sequence from Fast 5.
Haven't seen it.
It is so good. And I just recently watched the behind the scenes on it because I think Variety did it. It's almost 100% practical. This whole thing. They actually like had a safe. They like gutted a safe and it was still really, really heavy to like drag with 2 cars, and a lot of it is practical. They built structures to like simply destroy. And they put stunt men and women in the freaking way of this safe that's rolling around to just jump out in the last second. That's why these stunt people deserve more recognition.
For sure.
For if you don't know, in the climax of the film, Paul Walker's character and Vin Diesel's character have to steal a safe full of money. And anyway, they straight up attach these like reinforced cars and reinforced cables to the safe and basically bust it out of a wall, and then the cops are chasing them and they have to basically drag this safe with these 2 Chargers through the city. And
while they're being chased by the cops?
Yes, dude. I feel like we need to watch this shit.
I need to watch this.
It's one of the coolest chase scenes ever put to film. A lot of cool chase scenes has happened like in the Fast and Furious, but even like nothing can compare to this scene.
I'm going to the library later today, and I keep seeing it there, so I might just pick it up.
It is one of the hypest action scenes. I almost don't want to even like tell you like anything about it, just because it's so cool. But just know a lot of it, actually like 90% of it, is practical. Even to where there's a part where the freaking safe accidentally comes unclamped, and then the safe is going like by itself. They actually built half a car in a real safe to drive. So there's actually...
You're fucking joking.
Dead serious. So when the safe goes rogue, that's literally someone in the safe driving.
Honestly, when you say it's practical, though, I thought that was the whole point of those movies.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's like, that was the selling point. So,
no, the whole selling point of a lot of Fast and Furious movies is that a lot of it is practical.
Yeah.
But this is like the epitome of that practicality.
Okay, so then I should never watch another one after that. After 5.
Honestly, Fast 5 is the best one. I'm going to be real with you.
Okay.
It's the best one. You could just watch that standalone. Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, I'll check it out for sure. You're selling me. Mm-hmm. So my number 2 is it's a tie between Mad Max 2 and Fury Road.
Nice.
Both are great. Mad Max 2 was clearly limited by the technology, but it's a much more raw take on what Fury Road was doing. Mm-hmm. Fury Road is a much lengthier ride considering its budget, and its special effects offered a visually ferocious look to the destruction. Both epic in their own right and time. Both exceptionally shot and choreographed. This level of mayhem, it's too meticulous to just leave to chance.
Right.
So, like, it was just so good.
For sure.
I mean, you could probably get away with more when it came to, like, Fury Road, because if you have, like, 300 hours of, like, shot shit, like...
Yeah.
You could probably just come up with an hour and a half's worth, or, like, 2 hours worth of, like good carnage. But, yeah,
for sure.
100%. Yeah, good stuff.
100%. All right, my number 1. I think you know what it is.
Do I, though?
I think you do, because I've talked about it a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Just say it anyway.
The forest chase scene in Sherlock Holmes 2, A Game of Shadows.
Oh, yeah.
Is absolutely amazing. I think it was Filmento or Rosenstein or Rosenstein, whatever his name is. He's like a analyst, like a every frame of painting kind of analyst guy on YouTube. He actually did a whole breakdown of this scene, of this wood chase scene from Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows, and then compared it to another woods chase scene from Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, and compared why the forest chase scene from Sherlock Holmes is 10 times better. The style of this chase scene is absolutely amazing. The use of slow motion really captures moments and really makes you feel the intensity of it. Mm-hmm. The really crazy, frenetic energy and the crazy style that Guy Ritchie implements into that scene is absolutely freaking amazing, dude. There's like snorri cam footage, slow motion, CGI like close-ups of things happening, of like mechanisms like busting apart, and like when they throw a grenade launcher into the mix and shoot a grenade at them, like you go into the mechanics of it and actually see it like work.
Yeah, wasn't that like all in slow motion too?
Yeah, and it's like a speed ramped version of like slow motion and non-slow motion.
Yeah.
The momentum, dude, is insane.
I do remember really liking that scene.
That scene is so good, dude.
Totally forgot about it.
And the music also is so good, and you really feel the intensity of it, dude. It's absolutely... I've never seen a chase scene shot like that, ever. It was, like, so freaking good. I almost want to watch that. We should just go out there and watch it, like, after this, just because it's so freaking good. Like, there's a part where some dude, like, has a sniper ready, he's like, and he shoots it, and then you see Jude Law running, slow motion, and then you see the bullet, like, come and, like, graze his, like, side. Mm-hmm. Like, you could just see how close that bullet was. If it was in normal motion, you would have never seen that, but because it was in slow motion, you saw, like, how fast the bullet, like, almost got him. Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah, Guy Ritchie has that magnetic style.
Guy Ritchie is so good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're number 1, huh?
That's my number 1.
My number 1. Well, if it's not Bullet, I mean, it's got to be the other one.
French Connection?
Yeah, it's the French Connection.
I knew it. Okay.
French Connection. Owen Roisman got robbed for best cinematography. To avoid accidents during the creation of a car following an elevated train, Roisman undercranked the camera to 18 frames a second to enhance the speed. Still, stunt drivers did hit a couple cars during the scene, and those accidents were left in the film to show the recklessness of Popeye. Roisman's bumper mount has become iconic and actually appeared in some of the other scenes I brought up. Relatively grounded, gritty, and it's adrenaline pumping. Now, this movie, for me, I mean, I really like this movie, but it didn't really click with me until I saw this scene. Mm-hmm. And, like, then I was kind of like, I really like this movie. This movie's great. And for... And for the conclusion of this scene, if you don't know how it concludes,
yeah,
it's so good because like they consulted with the guy that they based it off of, the guy who's playing like Popeye is based off of, and they're like, what would you have done in this specific circumstance? I would have done this, and it's like kind of a fucked up like conclusion.
Yeah.
So like, it's like wow,
that's great.
That's like the first moment in the entire film where I'm like, we're not really just hearing about what he did in the past. We're not just we're kind of outside of the box with a lot of these like inside jokes almost.
Yeah.
Like he experienced clearly a lot, but like we didn't get to see it, and that's kind of like the first moment where like we're witnessing his own history.
Nice.
So
dude.
it's a really good scene. I love that scene.
Nice.
Great chase too.
Nice, dude. Well,
that's the list.
That's the list.